Okay, we're here at the Bedford Speedway with the defending champion, Gary Stuhler. Gary, there's obviously something missing.
Well, we're waiting on the race car. I had a little trouble with the truck. It broke down, so they just took another truck to go get the car.
Okay, Gary, you're the defending champion of the series. It's getting tougher, isn't it?
Well, there's a lot of good cars that run this deal, and, you know, you got 3 nights. It takes a lot of luck, and, you know, if you have trouble one night, it can mess you up. But we're hoping for good finishes all 3 nights.
You had real good finishes last year. You had 2 firsts and a second. That's not too shabby.
No, we hope to repeat it, but, you know, like I say, we're starting off bad here tonight with the truck deal, so hopefully we can get some time to practice. And, you know, I haven't been here all year, so we're just hoping for the best now.
Well, Gary, you ran very, very well here at Bedford. One year in particular, my memory serves me right, you were 4 out of 5. In the appearance you showed here, you won, and that's not too awful shabby.
No, you know, years ago I really didn't care for this place because I didn't run enough, but then, you know, the other year there we started coming pretty regular and just showing up enough to get some lap time on the track and knowing what you had to do with your race car. It's like running Hagerstown every week. You know, once you're here, you know, enough times you know what to do, it works out for you.
You had a tough time last year at Cumberland with Bob Salathey. He was running extremely well. In fact, you two kind of congratulated each other after the race was over.
Well, that's one place that, you know, I only go like one time a year, so we're hoping to come up with something. You know, every year we go to that Queen City 50 thing, and we always run second or third, but we're hoping we can come up with a combination that'll work up there, too.
I heard that. Tires play an important role here at Bedford and at Cumberland. Is that true?
Yeah, both places. You know, like Hagerstown and Winchester, we kind of know what we need to do, and we get to those 2 places, and we have our own ideas, but usually, you know, like Cumberland, we haven't been able to hit it right.
Well, I'll tell you what, when Gary Stuhler shows up at the Speedway, Gary Stuhler's always usually up front somewhere, and I don't look for that to change, Gary. Well, I wish you lots of luck tonight.
If they show up. I hope they show up.
The 70 is Tommy Myers. The 44 out of Westminster, Maryland, Gary Stuhler. Eric Zembauer into 49. Row number 2, it's the 28 of Jim Deneen out of Heidman. And next to him, the 14 of Bedford's Jack Pencil. Row number 3 on the inside, it's the 42 Coors Light machine of Denny Sponhagel and the 77 Ford Thunderbird of Barry Willison out of Frostburg, Maryland. There's the lineup for Semi-Late qualifying event number 1. This is a 6-lap event. The 42 of Sponhagel, his first visit here to the Speedway in 1995. 3, 4, closer to turn 4. That is where the your front row of Brian Lowry and Eric Zembauer can jump on the throttle. It's Mopar Ford, Chevy, Ford. Chuck Rabonitz looks the field over. Green flag's out. Here we go. The field into turn number 1. It's the 13 of Brian Lowry, the Mopar, with about a 3-car length cushion as both Zembauer, Pencil, and Deneen battle. Zembauer in the Ford Thunderbird emerges into second. Deneen and Pencil door-to-door into turn number 3 as they battle for third. Now Deneen looking to slingshot underneath Zembauer. Can't do it. Lap number 1 to Brian Lowry. Single file the field out of turn number 2. Deneen looking to put a move on the 14 of Pencil. Pencil emerges into that third scoring spot. Single file into turn 3. It's still the 13 of Brian Lowry. Lap number 2, 4 remaining. Brian Lowry. Deneen once again taking a peek to the low side under the 14 of Pencil as they battle for third. Now Zembauer reeling into Mopar. He's within a car length of Lowry as the field heads into turn number 3. Good battle up front. 3 down, 3 remaining. Zembauer with the slingshot out of turn number 4, your new leader. Nice move by Zembauer as he came out of turn 4 to take the lead. Now Pencil looking to the high side of Brian Lowry. We have a battle for second into turn number 3. The Monte Carlo to the high side of the Chrysler LeBaron out of turn 4. 4 down, 2 remaining. Lowry not going to give up second so easily. Drag race out of turn 2. It looks like Pencil moves into the second scoring spot. Look at Deneen, slingshot underneath Lowry. Deneen into third. 5 down, 1 remaining. Tony, this heat race looks like an identical repeat of lap number 19 of last week's feature. Zembauer, half a lap remaining in heat number 1. He has the 14 all over him into turn number 3. Checkered is out for your winner. Who's it going to be? Pencil looking low. Eric Zembauer. Semi-late heat race number 2 on the pole out of Altoona, Pennsylvania. It's the 14B of Dave Karlheim. Lining up on the outside of row 1, the blue 84 Oldsmobile of Rodney Schweitzer, Rodney the Rocket. Row number 2 on the inside, the 88 of Claysburg's Flying Brian Wyatt. And next to him, the 32 of Hopewell, Pennsylvania's Ford Thunderbird, Travis Caudill. And rounding out the field is the 7 of Heidman, Pennsylvania's Dave Troutman. 4 of Alan Buckley. So there's the field, the lineup for Semi-Late qualifying event number 2. Row 2. And then comes Dave Troutman and Alan Buckley. Semi-Late heat race number 2, a 6-lap event, approaches the barrel. Karlheim jump on the throttle here shortly. Green flag's out. Here we go. Schweitzer out of turn 2. He's way high. Karlheim right back underneath. Takes Brian Wyatt with him. Karlheim, your leader, into turn, but Schweitzer right back at Wyant going into turn number 3. Wyant underneath Karlheim, your leader, out of turn number 4. Here comes Schweitzer underneath Karlheim. Lap number 1 to Claysburg's Wyant, but he's got the 84 of Schweitzer within 3 car lengths. And we have Travis Cottle backing her into the wall out of turn number 2, yellow on the race in turn number 2. They're at the restart barrel, on the throttle, green flag's out. Out of turn 2, Flying Brian pulls out to about a 10-car length cushion over the rocket of Schweitzer. Wyant will in that 1995 Monte Carlo around turn number 4. This is lap 2. Wyant still with about he's extending the lead over the 84 of Schweitzer. Now Dave Trauman in the 7, that Mopar Dodge Avenger looking to reel in Dave Karlheim. There's a battle for third. Here comes Alan Buckley looking to the high side of the Mopar. 3 down, 3 remaining for Wyant. Wyant continuing to pad his lead over the second place of Schweitzer. Now Karlheim, possible mechanical problems on the 14B as he slows down the backstretch. 4 down, 2 remaining for Brian Wyant. The 14B at Karlheim heading into the pits off turn number 4. Right now it's all Brian Wyant in this second and final semi-late qualifying event. White flag out for Wyant. Your winner of semi-late qualifying event number 2, all by himself out of turn number 4, it's Claysburg's Brian Wyant. Second goes to the 84 of Stoystown's Rodney Schweitzer. Romney, West Virginia's Alan Buckley finishes third in the 54. Fourth to the 7 Dodge Avenger of Dave Troutman, and rounding out the top 5 was the 32 Ford Thunderbird of Travis Cottle. Late model qualifying events. Scheduled to go on the pole. Out of Claysburg, Pennsylvania, it's one of the Bedford Brigaders, the 1 of Chris Haar. On the outside of row 1 comes the 55 of Roaring Springs, Kevin Smith. Row number 2 is the 22F of Winchester, Virginia's Jeff Fries, and next to him the 880 of Everett's Todd Ritchie. Row number 3, the 83R of Boswell, Pennsylvania's Scott Rhodes. And on the outside of row 3, the 2T of Winchester, Hagerstown, Maryland's Doug Timmons. Row number 4 on the inside, it's the 3S of Rusty Seitz. And on the outside of row 4, the 25 out of Martinsburg, West Virginia, Ernie Davis. Rounding out the field, it's the R72 of Roger Jenkins and the 44 of Westminster, Maryland's Gary Stuhler. This is Stuhler's first visit to the Bedford Speedway in 1995. He's the man to watch. The field. If you feel the need for speed, here we go. Green flag's out. Here we go. The Bedford Speedway late models. Out of turn number 2, Chris Haar, your early leader. Smith and Scotty Rhodes door-to-door down the back chute. Ernie Davis, the junk man, looking to work his way as he's looking to follow Doug Timmons. Scott Rhodes into the second scoring spot. Here comes Kevin Smith right back underneath Rhodes. As the field spreads itself out, it's Chris Haar with a 10-car length cushion. Scott Rhodes and Kevin Smith continue to battle. Gary Stuhler works his way under Ernie Davis for the 6th scoring spot. This is lap number 2. Doug Timmons working on Jeff Freeze. That's a battle for 4th. The 22 and a 2T continue the battle as those top 3 cars of Chris Haar, Scott Rhodes, and Kevin Smith continue to pull away. And Rhodes is starting to reel in Chris Haar. Scott Rhodes all over your leader, Chris Haar. The 83R Rhodes has reeled in your leader, and we may have a battle for the lead-in. And a motor on the 22 goes. Jeff Freeze explodes a power plant, yellow on the raceway, just as Scott Rhodes was working his way to continue the first of 3 late model qualifying events. 3 down, 7 remaining for Chris Haar. He's on the throttle. Green flag's out. Out of turn number 2, the wild one, Chris Haar with a 3-car length cushion. And Gary Stuhler works his way underneath Doug Timmons for the 4th scoring spot. Now Scotty Rhodes starting to reel in Chris Haar once again. 4 down, 6 remaining. Single foul as Gary Stuhler works on Kevin Smith. Keep your eye on the leader of Haar and Rhodes. This is where Scott Rhodes looks to make his move. We're halfway there. 5 down, 5 remaining. Scott Rhodes taking a peek underneath Chris Haar out of turn 2. Can't make it stick. This is lap number 6. Chris Haar continuing to hold the lead. Gary Stuhler still working on Kevin Smith for the 3rd scoring spot. This is lap number 7 to Chris Haar. This time past the flag stand, 8 down, 2 remaining. Chris Haar continuing to hold off the challenge of Scott Rhodes. Still a 2-car battle up front. White flag out for your leader, Chris Haar, and your runner-up of Scotty Rhodes. And Stuhler working on Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith says no way, as those 2 cars still battle for 3rd and 4th respectively. Checkered flag is out. For your winner out of Claysburg, the wild one, Chris Haar. Second goes to the 83R. Finishing in a runner-up spot, Boswell Scott Rhodes. Finishing 3rd, and he was up to the challenge, the 55 of Roaring Springs, Kevin Smith. 4th went to the 44, Westminster, Maryland's Gary Stuhler. And rounding out the top 5, we believe, was the 2T of Winchester, of Hagerstown, Maryland's Doug Timmons. Second of 2 10-lap late model qualifying events. Out of Fort Ashby, West Virginia, the 97 of Flying Tony Flanagan. On the outside of row number 2, the 5B out of York, Pennsylvania, Rick Barr. Row 2 on the inside, the RG3 Bedford Bullet of Bob Salafi. On the outside of row 2, it's the 82 of Mercersburg, Pennsylvania's Andy Freeze. Row number 3, the 33 of York, Pennsylvania's Carl Billett. And next to him, the 17 of Hancock, Maryland's Wayne Johnson. Row number 4 on the inside. It's the 87, the Bedford Middle School math teacher, Jack Pencil. The 22S of Allentown, Pennsylvania's Brian Shuey, and rounding out the field, out of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, Greencastle, it's the 70 of Tom Myers. Bob Salafi, Andy Freeze, Carl Billett, and Wayne Johnson making up your top 3 rows. Keep your eye on the fluorescent barrel entering turn number 4. Green flags out, here we go. Salafi all over Tony Flanagan out of turn number 2. The 97 of Flanagan still holding off the challenge of Salafi. Coming down to take lap number 1, flying Tony Flanagan. Salafi looking to the slingshot out of turn number 2. Tony Flanagan says no way. The young 22-year-old star out of Fort Ashby, West Virginia, holding off the challenge of the hot shoe Salafi. Salafi once again looking to the low side. Drag race out of turn number 4. Flanagan still holding his own against the hot shoe Salafi. Flanagan still with a half car length lead into turn number 3. Salafi on the binders. This is lap number 4. Salafi looking low again. Salafi slingshot out of turn number 2. Salafi, your new leader. Salafi makes the slingshot stick out of turn number 2. He's your new leader. Rick Barr working on Tony Flanagan out of turn 2, couldn't make it stick. Halfway there, 5 down, 5 remaining for Salafi. Battle for second as Rick Barr continues the challenge. The 97 of Flanagan. Rick Barr once again looking to the low side of Flanagan, can't make it stick. Tom Myers and Andy Freeze are battling for the 5th scoring spot. And it's all Salafi. This is lap number 6. Rick Barr underneath. Oh, Flanagan squarely. What a save by Tony Flanagan. How about a hand for Tony Flanagan? That looked ugly, but what a save by the young man out of Fort Ashby, West Virginia, Flanagan, as he gathers the car in and still manages to hold on to the 3rd scoring spot. Wayne Johnson now working on Flanagan for the 3rd scoring spot out of turn number 2. Eight down, 2 remaining for Salafi. Wayne Johnson moves into the 3rd scoring spot. Flanagan 4th, Andy Freeze 5th. Bob Salafi all by himself out of turn number 4, going to receive the white flag. 9 down, 1 remaining. Three wide over at turn number 2. Andy Freeze, Tommy Myers, Carl Billett, and Tony Flanagan battle. Your winner out of turn number 4, all by himself, Bob Salafi. Second's going to go to Rick Barr. Third to Wayne Johnson. 4th to Tony Flanagan. It was all Bob Salafi picking up the win in late model qualifying event number 2. Rick Barr in the Viper chassis out of York, Pennsylvania finishes second. Third went to Hancock, Maryland's Wayne Johnson. And what a battle we had for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Flying Tony Flanagan holds on to the 4th scoring spot. And rounding out the top 5 was the 70 of Greencastle, Pennsylvania's Tom Myers. Late model qualifying event number 3. His first time here in 1995, the 22 is Kevin Denton. Next to him on the outside of row 1, the 15 of Everett, Shane Beagle. Row number 2 on the inside, the 111 of J.R. Kiefer. And on the outside of Kiefer, it's the 10 of East Freedom's Gary Knoll. Row number 3 on the inside, it's the 7K South Connellsville Cannon, Randy Kimmel. And on the outside of row 3, the 21 of Chris Shuey. Row number 4 on the inside, out of Claysburg, the 31 of Larry Wright. And next to him, the 96 of Rob Nichols. And rounding out the field, it's the 38 of Alan Brannon out of Winchester, Virginia. The 38, Alan Brannon, out of Winchester, rounding out the field for late model qualifying event number 3 here at the Bedford Speedway. Beagle make up row number 1. Once again, the field can jump on the throttle at that fluorescent barrel at the entrance of turn number 4. Denton, Beagle. Green flags out, here we go. Out of turn number 2, Kevin Denton darts to a 10-car length lead. We've got cars battling bumper to bumper, door to door, going into turn number 3. Lap number 1 to the 22 of Kevin Denton. Kevin Denton, J.R. Kiefer, Gary Knoll, Shane Beagle, and Randy Kimmel, your top 5 coming around to take lap number 2. Single file Denton with quite a cushion as he heads into turn number 3 over the second place of Kiefer. Gary Knoll continued to hold off the challenge of Shane Beagle for the 3rd scoring spot. Lap number 3 to Kevin Denton. And Kevin Denton pulling away from the Bedford Brigader of J.R. Kiefer. Denton continuing to pad his lead. This is lap number 4. Kevin Denton, your leader, continuing to stretch his lead over the second place car. Kiefer, 5 down, 5 remaining. Larry Wright with a right rear tire down to 31, has a right rear tire down. Larry Wright heads pit side off turn number 3. Kevin Denton all by himself, your leader out of turn number 4. In the book, 2 remaining, and it's been all Kevin Denton from the start of this late model qualifying event. Here comes Denton receiving the white flag. Final lap. Keeper still holding down the runner-up position with 1 lap remaining. Gary Knowles currently third. Your winner all by himself out of turn number 4, the 22 of Kevin Denton. Finishing second in his third and final late model qualifying event, Bedford's J.R. Keeper. Third to the 10 of Gary Knoll. 15 of Shane Beagle. Fourth, Randy Kimmel. Rounds out the top 5. Once again, in his first time visit here at the Bedford Speedway in 1995, the 22 of Kevin Denton blisters the field in late model qualifying event number 3. He picks up the win. Second, once again, to Bedford's J.R. Keeper. Third to the 10 of Gary Knoll. Finishing fourth, the 15 of Shane Beagle. And rounding out the top 5 was the 7K of Randy Kimmel. Number 1 is on the Speedway. And scheduled to go on the pole for this 5-lap event is the 86 of Bedford's John Hauser. Next to him, the 25F of Everett Sam Fluke. Row number 2 on the inside, the 2D of John Haar, and next to him, the 22H of Michael Harris. Row number 3 on the inside, the 43 of Woodbury's Eric Ritchie, and next to him, the 38 of Brian Duffy out of Osterberg. Row number 4, Woodbury's Doug Slick in the 75, and the 51 of Troy Harrison. Row number 5 on the inside, the 66 of Tyrone's Jeff Henry. And rounding out the field, and Everett Sam Fluke are on the pole on the inside of row 2. It's the Flying Fish, Claysburg's John Haar. The field approaching that fluorescent barrel at the entrance of turn number 4 is when they can jump on the throttle. Green flags out, here we go. The field into turn number 3, and it's Johnny Haar with about a 5-car length cushion coming down to take lap number 1. Michael Harris, Eric Ritchie, Troy Harrison, all battling for the 3rd scoring spot, bumper to bumper, door to door, as John Haar continues to pad his lead. John Haar, Eric Ritchie, Troy Harrison and Eric Ritchie battle door to door for the 4th scoring spot. Lap number 2 to John Haar. Michael Harris, Eric Ritchie, Troy Harrison continue to battle for that 3rd, 4th, and 5th scoring spot. Now I see the orange Monte Carlo poking the nose of that machine into the 4th scoring spot. 3 down, 2 remaining for John Haar. John Haar continues to pull away from that battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Brian Duffy hanging tough in the 38. Four down, 1 remaining. It's all John Haar. Now Troy Harrison, slingshot underneath Michael Harris. The 51 of Harrison works his way into the 3rd scoring spot. And Doug Slick losing the handle. Who else do we have over there? Cars sideways. That's Sam Fluke. Yellow on the raceway. Doug Slick, John Hauser, Troy Harrison. Green flags out, here we go. And look at the battle of the field, comes out of turn number 4. 3 cars, bumper to bumper. John Haar, John Hauser Jr., and Troy Harrison. Now Haar gives himself about a 3-length cushion as we have less than a half a lap remaining. Checkered flag out for your winner. John Haar, battle for second. John Haar, your winner. We'll let you fans in the grandstand. Who finished second? Troy Harrison. John Hauser Jr. third. Our final qualifying of the evening before we bring out the late model consolation event. Scheduled to go on the pole. Pure stock qualifying event number 2 is the 25 of Terry Klein. Next to him out of Everett, the 39 of Greg Fetters. Row number 2 out of Crescent, Pennsylvania is the 53 of Joel Vinglass. Then comes the 72 of Scott Bosler. Row number 3 on the inside, it's the 7F of Travis Flegel. And the 88, the Bulls Creek Bullet of Kevin Wyant. Row number 4 on the inside, it's the 90 of Mike Shoemaker and the 16 of Drew Fitzsimmons. Row number 5 on the inside, the 72B Alani Buttrey. Should round out the field, but the 72 of Buttrey had some problems, some mechanical problems prior. Terry Klein and Greg Fetters make up row number 1. The field approaches the fluorescent barrel at the entrance of turn 4. Green flags out. Here we go. The field bumping and grinding into turn number 1. We got cars 2 wide, 3 wide. Your early leaders, Vinglass. Travis Flegel moves into second. Look at Mike Shoemaker around about 3 cars. The 90 of Shoemaker moves into the 3rd scoring spot. Coming down to take lap number 1. Joel Vinglass holding off the challenge of Travis Flegel. Now the 90 of Shoemaker working on the 7 of Flegel. 1 down, 4 remaining in this final pure stock qualifying event. Joel Vinglass is at the restart barrel. Green flags out. Here we go. Top 4 cars, bumper to bumper. Vinglass, now Shoemaker. Are we going to go 3 wide out of turn 2? 3 wide down the backstretch. Who's going to get off the binder first? Look at Shoemaker, says, I'm going to take the lead. Flegel's into the 3rd scoring spot. Or excuse me, 2nd. This is lap number 2. Your leaders, Mike Shoemaker. Shoemaker's got the 7 of Flegel right on his rear bumper as they come out of turn 2. Shoemaker gives himself a 1-car length cushion. This time past the flag stand. 3 down, 2 remaining for your leader, Mike Shoemaker. Kevin Wyant around Joel Vinglass into the 3rd scoring spot. Maybe. Wyant looking to the high side of the speedway. Kevin Wyant works his way into 3rd. Shoemaker gives himself about a 5-car length cushion into turn number 3. White flag this time past the flag stand for your leader, Shoemaker. It continues to be Shoemaker and Flegel, your top 2 contenders with less than a half a lap remaining. Checkered flag is out for your winner, the 90 of Mike Shoemaker. Travis Flegel's going to finish 2nd, Kevin Wyant 3rd, Joel Vinglass 4th, and rounding out the top 5, the 72 of Scott Bosler. 10-lap late model consolation event. Your pole sitter is the 3S of Rusty Sights out of Winchester, Virginia. On the outside of row 1, the 33 of York, Pennsylvania's Carl Billett. Row number 2, it's the Allentown, Pennsylvania's Chris Shuey in the 21 and the 880 of Everett's Todd Ritchie. Row number 3, the 87 of Bedford's Jack Pencil and the 96 of Rob Nichols. Row number 4 on the inside, it's the R72 of Roger Jenkins and the 22S of Allentown's Brian Shuey. Rounding out the field, the 31 of Claysburg's Larry Wright and the 22F of Jeff Fries. The 31 of Claysburg's Larry Wright. Jim and Lou Nave bring the pace car pit side. The fluorescent barrel is where the field can jump on the throttle. Green flag's out, here we go. Carl Billett working on Rusty Sights out of turn number 2, but Sights your early leader. Carl Billett looking to the low side. Slingshot move. Carl Billett, your new leader. Out of turn number 2, it's Billett, Sights, and Shuey. 1, 2, 3 right now. Billett with a 3-car length cushion. The field coming out of turn number 4 to take lap number 3. Carl Billett starting to pad his lead into turn number 3. He's pulling away from the second place car of Rusty Sights. This is lap number 4 down, 6 remaining. Down, 5 remaining for Carl Billett. The 2 Bedford Speedway late model rookies, Todd Ritchie and Jack Pencil, continue to hold their own in this late model consolation event. Carl Billett continuing to pad his lead over the second place car of Rusty Sights. Larry Wright in the back of the field working on Brian Shuey, but can't get around the 22 of Shuey. Lap number 6 to Carl Billett. Rusty Sights, Jack Pencil, and Todd Ritchie continue to battle for the 4th and 5th spot respectively. Rob Nichols in the 96 heads pit side off turn number 4. Billett, your leader, out of turn number 4 all by himself. Chris Shuey starting to reel in the second place car of Rusty Sights. Jack Pencil still working on Todd Ritchie, but the 880 not giving an inch. Ritchie still holding on to the 4th scoring spot. Carl Billett receives the 2-lap signal, 8 down, 2 remaining. White flag out this time for your leader, Carl Billett, all by himself out of turn number 4. The 33 of Billett, 9 down, 1 remaining. Your winner of this 10-lap late model consolation event, all by himself out of turn number 4, the 33 of Carl Billett. Finishing second is going to go to the 3S of Rusty Sights. Fuller will be starting on the outside of row number 5 in the 10th scoring spot. Andy Freeze will be starting on the outside of row number 9 in the 18th scoring spot. Chris Harfans, Chris will be lining up on the inside of row number 5 in the 9th scoring spot, on the inside of Salafi. Folks, as the field stages on the back chute, let's go through the entire starting field for tonight's 5th annual RG's Food Shops Tri-State Late Model Challenge. On the pole out of East Freedom, Pennsylvania, it's the 10 of Gary Knoll. Next to him out of Hancock, Maryland, the 17 of Wayne Johnson. Row number 2 out of Roaring Spring, the 55 of Kevin Smith. And on the outside of row 2, the 111 of Bedford's J.R. Kiefer. Row number 3 is the inside, the 5B of Rick Barr and the 83R of Scott Rhodes. Row number 4 on the inside, the 22 of Kevin Denton out of Prince Frederick, Maryland. And next to him, Bedford's Bedford Bullet, Boss Salafi. Row number 5, the wild one out of Claysburg, Chris Haar. And out of Westminster, Maryland, the 44 of Gary Stuhler. Row number 6 out of Fort Ashby, West Virginia, the 97 of Flying Tony Flanagan. And next to him, the South Connellsville Cannon, Randy Kimmel in the 7K. Row number 7 out of Hagerstown, Maryland, it's the 2T of Doug Timmons. And out of Greencastle, Pennsylvania, the 70 of Tom Myers. Row number 8 on the inside, it's the 38 of Alan Brandon out of Winchester, Virginia. And the 25 of Ernie Davis, the junk man out of Martinsburg, West Virginia. Then comes the 82 of Andy Freeze, the 33 of Carl Billett out of York, Pennsylvania. Row number 10, the 3S of Rusty Seitz, the 21 of Chris Shuey. Then comes the 880 of Everett's Todd Ritchie and the 87 of Bedford's Jack Pencil. And rounding out the field will be the 72 Mopar late model of Roger Jenkins and the 31 of Claysburg's Larry Wright. The 22 of Brian Shuey is the first alternate. As we said, if any of those top 25 cars are unable to make it to the staging area, Shuey, Brian in the 22 will get an automatic start. Model feature event. The first leg of the 3-race Tri-State Late Model Challenge. It's the Bedford Brigaders of Gary Knoll and Wayne Johnson, 2 regulars here at the Bedford Speedway on the pole. What a field of late models on hand here at Bedford this evening. Some of the finest competitors from the tri-state area, all here converging on Bedford Speedway to partake in this prestigious and lucrative RG's Food Shop Tri-State Late Model Challenge. The drivers looking to heat them hoops. Maybe somehow they can hear you over those power plants. Gary Knoll, Wayne Johnson, let's let them hear you, fans. There we go. We're set to do battle. Look at that field of late models gathered together on this vast 5/8 mile gate area. 25 late models set to go. Are you ready? Gary Knoll, Wayne Johnson approaching that fluorescent barrel. On the throttle. On the throttle. Green flags out. Here we go. Listen to the roar. Out of turn number 2, Nolan Johnson, door-to-door. Battle down the backstretch into turn number 3. Your leader still door-to-door. Wayne Johnson emerges your early leader. The field's starting to go single file. Wayne Johnson going to lead lap number 1. Wayne Johnson with about a 5-car length cushion over the second place car, Gary Knoll. The field starting to spread out. Here comes Wayne Johnson to take lap number 2. We have trouble up in turns number 3, 4. Couple cars sideways up in turns 3 and 4. Yellow on the raceway. J.R. Kiefer and Rick Barr, your top 5. Smith. J.R. Kiefer. Keeper holding down the 4th scoring spot, and a newcomer, Rick Barr, holding down 5th. Once again, you can see the competitors doing what they can to heat them Hoosiers and McCreary's up before we go back to green flag racing. Tom Myers out of Greencastle involved in the accident up, and we're going back to green flag racing. Wayne Johnson at the restart barrel. Green flag's out, here we go. We hold it 2 down and 28 remaining. Bob Salapy dove underneath Scott Rhodes into the 6th scoring spot. Kevin Smith, and Kevin Smith around Gary Knoll maybe. The 55 of Kevin Smith into the 2nd scoring spot. This is lap number 3 to Wayne Johnson, but he has the forward of Kevin Smith beginning to reel him in. And Wayne Johnson has given himself about a 10-car length cushion over the 2nd place car of Kevin Smith. This is lap number 4 to the Hancock, Maryland native. Wayne Johnson continuing to hold on to the 10-car length cushion. 5 down, 25 remaining. And J.R. Keeper battling Rick Barr. Rick Barr working on the high side. The 5 via Rick Barr moves into the 4th scoring spot. The Viper chassis of Barr around J.R. Keeper. Yellow on the raceway. Car sideways in turns 1 and 2. Yellow on the raceway. Green flag racing. Wayne Johnson approaching that restart barrel up at turn number 3. He's on the throttle. Green flag's out. 5 down, 25 remaining. Bob Salapy, Rick Barr, door to door out of turn number 2. Rick Barr and Salapy battle door to door for that 5th scoring spot. This is lap number 6 to Wayne Johnson. Rick Barr, Bob Salapy. Bob Salapy moves into the 2nd scoring spot. And Stoller's on the move. Stoller looking to make a move under Rick Barr for 6th. This is lap number 7 to Wayne Johnson. Stoller underneath Rick Barr. Stoller and Salapy working their way through the field. Wayne Johnson pulling away from the 2nd place car of Kevin Smith. Johnson with a 10-car length cushion, your leader out of turn number 4. The 82 of Andy Freeze back in the pits. Your leader, Wayne Johnson, continue hold on to that 10-car length lead. Gary Stoller working on Salapy. Stoller and Salapy door to door out of turn number 2. Salapy holding up to the challenge, holding off the challenge of Stoller. That is for 5th. Stoller underneath Salapy. Stoller and Salapy door to door. Gary Stoller may have him. Still battling. Salapy back on the high side. Door to door, Stoller and Salapy putting on a show into turn number 3. Stoller and Salapy still battling. Salaphy on the high side. Stoller, what a battle for fifth we have here tonight. During this fifth annual Tri-State Late Model Challenge, your leader Wayne Johnson. The battles for fifth, Salaphy and Stoller. Yellow on the raceway. Tom Myers brings out the yellow up in turns 1 and 2. Yellow on the raceway for Tom Myers. Who's in fifth? Gary Stoller. We're set to go back to green flag racing. Tom Myers making his way back out onto the speedway. 12 down, 18 remaining. Your leader Johnson on the throttle. Green flag's out. Look out. We got problems up in turn number 3-4. Yellow on the raceway. Tony. Gotta put the RG3 on the hook. It all occurred on that restart as we restarted the race with 12 down and 18 remaining. Turns number 3 and 4. What a great night of racing it has turned out to be, both weather-wise and on the speedway. It continues to be Maryland's, Hancock, Maryland's Wayne Johnson leading the field. We'll do it all again next Friday night here at the Bedford Speedway Late Models. Track is cleared. We're set to go back to green flag racing. The 72 of Roger Jenkins hits pit side. 12 down, 18 remaining. Your leader Johnson at the restart barrel. He's on the throttle. Green flag's out. We're back to racing. 12 down, 18 remaining as your leaders come out of turn number 4. The Tri-State Late Model Challenge. Here at the Bedford Speedway, green flag's out. Wayne Johnson, the Hancock, Maryland native, awful fast this evening as he gives himself a 5-car length cushion over the second place car of Kevin Smith. Stoller working on J.R. Keeper for the first car spot. Look at the battle for third. Gary Stoller pulls through it over to J.R. Keeper. Stoller reeling in Gary Knoll for third. The 44 is on the move. Gary Knoll holding off the challenge of Gary Knoll, of Gary Stoller, I should say. 15 down, 15 remaining. J.R. Keeper back underneath Stoller. Yellow on the race. The reason for the yellow, from our vantage point, that looks like the 20 at Doug Timmons' Winchester Speedway. But in the meantime, we're going back to green flag racing. Your leader, Johnson, on the throttle. Green flag's out. into the third scoring spot. J.R. Keeper dive bombed underneath Gary Knoll on that start. The 111 is into the third scoring spot. Stoller looking at working his way around the 10 of Gary Knoll. This is lap number 16. Gary Stoller into the fourth scoring spot. Yellow on the raceway. 16 down, 14 remain. We're going back. Green flag racing. Yellow light is off. Wayne Johnson continue to lead this 30-lap feature event. This is lap number 17 to Wayne Johnson. 13 remain. Gary Stoller into the fourth scoring spot. J.R. Keeper working on Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith into 55 and J.R. Keeper continue to battle bumper to bumper for the second scoring spot. Here comes Keeper looking underneath Kevin Smith. J.R. Keeper into second. It's Wayne Johnson and J.R. Keeper running 1 and 2. Now Gary Stoller underneath Kevin Smith. Stoller's into third. Gary Stoller very methodically working his way through the field. He's into the third scoring spot. This is lap number 20, 10 remain. Now Kevin Denton in the 22 working on a 55 of Smith for the fourth scoring spot. J.R. Keeper almost loses the handle out of turn number 4. Here comes Stoller. Stoller around, maybe. Stoller and J.R. Keeper door to door. Gary Stoller into the second scoring spot. J.R. Keeper got squirrely out of turn number 4 and Stoller took advantage. This is lap 22. This time past the flag stand, 23 down, 7 remaining, and Stoller's on the move. Wayne Johnson continues the lead. Can Wayne Johnson hold off the charging Stoller? Gary Stoller within 3 car lengths. 5 laps remaining. 25 down, 5 remaining. Stoller's on Johnson. Stoller has caught your leader, Wayne Johnson. Out of turn number 2. Wayne Johnson, Gary Stoller, bumper to bumper. Here come the leaders out of turn number 4. 26 down, 4 remaining for Wayne Johnson. got past the flag stand. 3 laps remaining. Can Johnson hold off Gary Stoller? Stoller looking underneath out of turn number 2. Couldn't make it stick. Yellow on the raceway. Car against the wall out of turn. Yellow on the raceway. That's the 3. Yellow on the raceway is Winchester, Virginia's Rusty Sights. Losing the handle. Wayne Johnson out of turn number 2. Hold off Gary Stoller. Yellow lights off. We're set to go back to green flag racing. Green flag's out. 3-lap dash. Here we go. Out of turn number 2, Johnson still managing to hold on to that 1 car length cushion as those 2 cars of Johnson and Stoller pull away from the 3rd place car and keeper. 2 laps remaining. Stoller looking underneath. Drag race down the back straight. Out of turn number 2, Wayne Johnson somehow manages to hold off Stoller. White flag out this time. Here comes the field out of turn 4. Johnson receiving the white flag. Stoller goes high. Gary Stoller to the high side of the speedway. Stoller to the out of turn number 2. Johnson, Stoller. This is it. Stoller to the Johnson still holding. And Stoller up against the wall. Your winner, Wayne Johnson.
Cheers for Wayne Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Heck of a race, Wayne.
Yeah, that last lap I got into Gary.
I tell you what, they say it's not over till the fat lady is singing, and I'll tell you that was the case tonight. You 2 guys are really going at it. Great race.
Yeah, like I said, I just feel bad I got into Gary.
Gary's a competitor, and those kind of things will happen, and I know you're apologizing for it, but nevertheless, the fans enjoyed the race, and like I say, those things will happen.
Yeah, I just tried the best I could to hold on to the last lap.
Was it getting a little slippery out there? Looks like you're kind of slipping up high there a little bit.
Yeah, it was, yeah. It was all where I started. I got lucky to start up front and hang on like a dare because there are a lot of fast cars here tonight and get the job done. I just tried to run my own groove there and try to hold on.
By golly, you held on. I'll tell you what, every fan that's standing up there was standing on their feet when you 2 guys went into 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. I'll tell you what, it don't get any better than that.
Yeah, that's what makes it worth watching, especially when you start up front and you lead all the way and make a dull show. When you run side by side with the lead, that's what puts on the show.
Oh, this is our 5th annual Tri-State Challenge, and by God, you got a leg up on the other guys. You won the first race, and that gives you an upper leg on the other guys as far as the other 2 races go.
Yeah, but you got to take it one at a time. Who knows what tomorrow night will be?
This is true. We'll go down to Winchester tomorrow night, and then up to Cumberland on Sunday night. You ran all 2 of those tracks, right?
Yes, I run Cumberland and Bedford and all the time. We've been to Winchester once this year, so just try to do the best we can. Hope to hang on for some good finishes.
Okay, we have some trophies. We have some goodies in here. Wayne Droll and his trophy lady. Got a nice trophy for you. Wayne's got some goodies for you.
There's Wayne, congratulations on behalf of RG's Food Shops, Pepsi-Cola, and Frito-Lay. We'd like to congratulate you on winning tonight and look forward to see you racing in the other races coming up through the weekend. Okay, thanks, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Bob Flanagan.
Wayne, you was a real champion here tonight. I tell you, you deserve that and more, I'll tell you.
Thank you very much,
You had
Bob.
a good run, buddy. Good run. Appreciate it.
Okay, Bob Flanagan of Flanagan Enterprises gave an extra $50 for the feature winner. Okay, we get some pictures here later, and now we got one more job for you, Wayne. Let's make someone happy tonight. $395 tonight. Okay, we'll let everybody get and get some pictures in here, and let's hear it again for Wayne Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
What a way to start off this first leg of the three-race Tri-State Late Model Challenge. Semi-late feature event. On the pole out of Bedford, it's the 49 of Eric Zembauer. Next to him out of Claysburg, the 88, Flying Brian Wyatt. Row number 2 on the inside, the 14 of Jack Pencil, and the 84 of Stoystown's Rodney Schweitzer. Row number 3 on the inside, the 28 of Jim Deneen, and the 54 of Romney, West Virginia's Alan Buckley. Row number 4, it's the 13 of Brian Lowry and the 7 of Dave Trowman. The 42 of Denny Sponagle and the 32 of Travis Connell make up row 5. And rounding out the field, the 77 of Barry Willison. And the 40. We're set to go. Keep your eye on that fluorescent barrel at the entrance of turn number 4 is when Zembauer and Flying Brian can jump on the throttle. Ford versus Chevy making up row number 1. Here we go. Green flags out. Here we go. The field single foul out of turn number 2. It's Wyan, Zembauer, Deneen, and Pencil. Alan Buckley underneath the 84 of Schweitzer into the 5th scoring spot. Once again, we're single foul into turns 3 and 4. Coming down to take lap number 1, Flying Brian Wyan. Eric Zembauer hanging right with the 88 of Wyatt down the back chute. The Ford Thunderbird of Zembauer hanging right with the 88 of Wyatt. The field coming around to take lap number 2. Deneen right on Zembauer's rear bumper. Now Pencil starting to reel in Jim Deneen for that 3rd scoring spot. Alan Buckley joining those top 5 cars. This is lap number 3 to Wyan. Zembauer hanging right with Wyan as the field heads into turn number 3. Those top 5 cars starting to pull away from the rest of the field, making it a 5-car battle. This is lap number 4. And look at Zembauer looking underneath Wyan, can't make it stick. Pencil on the high side of Deneen. Pencil and Deneen battling door to door for the 3rd scoring spot. Now Deneen underneath Zembauer for 2nd, maybe. And now Deneen challenging Wyan for the lead. Zembauer going to help push Wyan. Pencil drafting with Deneen. Alan Buckley just hanging back there, sees what's going to happen. Deneen underneath Wyan. Door to door out of turn number 4. Deneen and Wyan still door to door. Jim Deneen, maybe. Jim Deneen, your new leader. Zembauer still all over Wyan as they battle for second. This is lap number 7, 13 remain. And Ryan back Anthony. Look at Zembauer looking to the high side of Wyan. Zembauer working on Brian Wyan for the second scoring spot. And in the meantime, Alan Buckley has moved into the fourth scoring spot around Jack Pencil. Lap number 8. Now Deneen has given himself about a 3-car length cushion over the second place car of Wyan. 9 down, 11 remaining for Jim Deneen. Alan Buckley, the 54, working on Zembauer for third. But now Pencil to the high side of Buckley. Jack Pencil has taken over the 4th scoring spot. Now Buckley back underneath Pencil. Buckley underneath Zembauer. These cars are putting on a battle. Now Rodney Schweitzer has caught those top 5 cars. And Brian Wyan has a flat tire. The second place car of Wyan off the pace on the back chute. Yellow on the raceway for the 88 of Brian Wyan. Kevin Baker, if you're in the main grandstand, could you report to the turn 1 end of the main grandstand? Kevin Baker. Remaining, Heidman's Jim Deneen, Romney, West Virginia's Alan Buckley on the throttle, green flags out. Single file down the back chute into turn number 3. Alan Buckley hanging right with Jim Deneen. This is Buckley's first visit to Bedford in 1995. Now Jack Pencil looking to dive underneath Buckley out of turn number 2. Buckley up to the challenge. Deneen with about a 3-car length cushion. Here comes Jack Pencil underneath Alan Buckley. Jack Pencil works his way into the bridesmaid's position. Pencil doing double duty this evening, just got out of the late model, jumped into his number 14 semi-late, and now beginning to reel in Jim Deneen. Down, 7 remaining. Jack Pencil, the front of that Monte Carlo, all over the rear of Deneen's Monte Carlo into turn number 3. This time past the flag stand, 14 down, 6 remaining. Jack Pencil looking to the high side. Pencil took a peek to the high side of the 28 going into turn number 1. Couldn't make it stick. Now Deneen's up for the battle of his life. Pencil once again looking high. Drag race out of turn number 4. Oh, Deneen Pencil. Pencil dives underneath Deneen. Those two competitors trading pain, oh my. Pencil once again to the high side. Door to door out of turn number 4. Pencil, Deneen. Jack Pencil, your new leader. And now Pencil starting to pull away. This is lap 17. 17 down, 3 remaining for Jack Pencil. Smoke starting to pour out of the 77 of Barry Wilson's car, the Ford machine. 18 down, 2 remaining. And Alan Buckley starting to work on Jim Deneen. The battles for second. Pencil is pulled away. Alan Buckley underneath Deneen. We have a battle for second into turn number 3. White flag out for your leader, Pencil, all by himself. Here's the battle for second. Alan Buckley looking to slingshot underneath Deneen. Buckley and Deneen door to door down the back chutes. Here's your winner all by himself, Jack Pencil. Battle for second, drag race, Jim Deneen.
First of all, Jack, we'll give you another one of these, and then we'll congratulate you. You know, we talked earlier, and you said it's awful tough here at Bedford. You proved it again tonight. It is tough here.
Sure is. We started third, and I think we were back to fifth, and Alan Buckley was running good. And Jimmy and Brian, we were all pretty close. That was a really good race, and touched a couple times here and there, but I don't know what happened to Brian. I think he broke, but that car ran super. I got to give credit to the crew, and Jimmy Arnold for doing tires, and Jim Henson, Jack Petzl, Kevin Windows, all my sponsors, Stoystown and Russell Fritz, Slicks Ivystone, Friendship Inn, Wrestlers Exxon, and a whole bunch did a fantastic job. And still like to thank Aaron and Randy Boffin for letting me drive the late model. We're starting to get a little bit better. That was the best that felt all year.
If you get that new engine in that car, it will go. Do you think tires was a difference tonight? I don't know. It seemed to me like Jimmy Deneen's tires started to go away a little bit, and you went on the outside of him.
Well, tires are a key. I mean, we can run late models, but I don't have time to change tires. I got to pick my tires before the late models go and hope I guess right. I saw she was getting a little dusty there, so I think we made a right tire choice tonight. The car got stronger as the race went on.
I kind of thought so. When those tires started to heat up, you started to work, and we know now this can be a 2-lane track here. You proved it, and Tony Myers does a late model feature, and I think it's coming to a point where you're going to have a 2-groove track here at all times.
Yeah, it's really good. Alan Buckley went way low there in turn 3. I never saw anybody go that low. And he made the pass, and he's a good driver. And I'd just again like to thank all my sponsors and crew. And this has been a good week for us so far. We'll go tomorrow night up to Challenger.
Sounds good to me. Let's hear it again for the flying school teacher, Jack Pencil.
Of Johnny Har out of Claysburg. Row number 2, the 53 of Joel Vinglass and the 22 of Michael Harris. Row 3, the 72 of Scott Bosler and the 43 of Eric Ritchie. Row number 4, the 7F of Travis Flegel and the 90 of Mike Shoemaker. Row number 5, the 51 of Troy Harrison and the 16 of Drew Fitzsimmons. Row number 6, the 66 of Jeff Henry and the 88 of Bulls Creek's Kevin Wyatt. Row number 7, the 25 of Sam Fluke and the 25 of Terry Klein. Row number 8, the 75 of Doug Slick, the 35 of Greg Fetters. Row number 9, it's the 38 of Osterberg's Brian Duffy, and the 72B of Lonnie Buttry. And rounding out the field is the 52 of John Whitfield. The 72B of Lonnie Buttry scheduled to go here before. You're going to see why in about 10 seconds. We call them the Thundering Herd. Watch these field of cars. Throttle down, come flying out of turn number 4. Down the front, shoot it into turn number 1. Green flags out. Here they come. Three wide into turns 1. Flegel, Shoemaker, and Ritchie. Oh, we got car. It looks like Joel Vinger. Complete restart as the 25F of Sam Fluke jumps onto the back of the pack, as we said, to go back to green flag racing. Hauser and Haar approach the barrel. Green flags out. Here we go. Right rear tire down on the 16 of Drew Fitzsimmons. John Haar puts the 2 deuce into an early lead as the field heads into turn number 3. It's Haar, Hauser, and Vinglass, 1, 2, 3 right now. The field single file, bumper to bumper out of turn number 2. Now Haar gives himself, starting to pull away somewhat from the 86 of Hauser. About 3 car lengths separate the 2 and the 86, but here comes Hauser reeling into 2D again. This is lap number 2. We got cars slicing and dicing in the middle of the pack. Travis Flegel on the high side of Michael Harris. Battle for the lead once again. As John Hauser Jr. took a peek to the low side. Hauser once again looking to the low side of Johnny Haar. Hauser hanging right with the Flying Fish down the back, shoot into turn number 3. Hauser and Haar once again battle out of turn number 4. This is lap number 4. Scott Bosler and the 53 of Joel Vinglass battle for 3rd. As they're door-to-door down the back chute. Now Vinglass emerges back into that 3rd scoring spot. John Hauser Jr. still all over John Haar. Hauser looking underneath Johnny Haar. And Eric Ritchie into the wall. Gathers the 43 in battle for the lead once again. Hauser and Haar are door-to-door into turn number 3. It's Bedford versus Claysburg. It's Hauser hailing out of Bedford. And Claysburg's Johnny Haar. John Hauser Jr., your new leader. John Hauser Jr. with about a 2-car length cushion. Over the Flying Fish, John Haar. Scott Bosler in the 72 holding down the 3rd scoring spot. Now, working their way around lap traffic. Hauser now giving himself some breathing space over the 2nd place car of Haar. This time past the flag stand, 8 down, 7 remaining. Tonight's final feature event of the evening here at the Bedford Speedway. Now the 72 of Scott Bosler working on the 2D of John Haar as the field heads down the back chute into turn number 3. Bosler looking underneath Johnny Haar. John Hauser Jr. continues to lead the second place car of Haar by about 5 car lengths. Johnny Haar has his hands full with the third place car of Scott Bosler. 10 down, 5 remaining. Just 5 laps remain. This time past the flag stand, 11 down, 4 remaining. Those top 6, everybody on the binders. Barrow at the entrance of turn number 3. John Hauser Jr. on the throttle, green flags out. The field out of turn number 2, single file down the back chute. The battle right now, Travis Flegel in the yellow 7 working on the 53 of Vinglass. That's for 4th scoring spot. Joel Vinglass still holding off the challenge of Flegel. 11 down, 4 remaining. Travis Flegel door-to-door with Vinglass as they battle for 4th. Travis Flegel in the yellow 7 moves into the 4th scoring spot. $12 down, 3 remaining for John Hauser Jr. Hauser Jr. Now Scott Bosler, slingshots underneath John Haar. The 72 and the 2 are door-to-door into turn number 3. Johnny Haar hard into the wall. Quietly moved his way up into the 6th scoring spot. Green flags out. Here we go. Out of turn number 2, the top 3 cars bumper to bumper. The 72 of Bosler looking to take a peek on the inside of the 86 of Hauser. Now Travis Flegel to the high side as he's looking to take over 2nd scoring spot. Here comes Bosler underneath Hauser. Bosler tried the slingshot, couldn't make it stick and ended up losing a position to Flegel. Now Travis Flegel holds down that 2nd scoring spot. The field out of turn number 4. White flag out for John Hauser Jr. Single file, your leader Hauser with about a 5 car length cushion. Can he hold on? Less than a lap remaining in tonight's final feature event. Here's your winner and Bosler sideways in front of Harrison. Here comes the field, look out! Kevin Wyand collected up there at turn number 4.
Guys, here for John Hauser Jr. Tell you, Bill, I talked to Bill a lot about your car, and Bill told me this car is starting to come around, and by golly, it did.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the first 2 races we had drivetrain trouble. Apparently, we used everything when we went out over the wall. We just put everything in a new car. Well, everything that could go wrong went wrong, and we got her buttoned up there. She's working good.
Yeah, you had intense pressure from the 6th lap on when you took the lead. You didn't dare make a mistake.
I knew they were back there, and I just held the line. The track, it was pretty slick tonight, and I knew no one was going to get the outside on me, and we just held her down and did her.
I tell you, Scott Bowser did a heck of a job defensively keeping from spinning you out. He was right on your bumper, and he bent her hard to keep from spinning you out. But he finished 3rd, and he was in a wreck up. I don't know where he finished at, but he was giving you all kinds of pressure.
I knew they were back there. I could hear them. Long green runs, the tires, they seem to keep heat in them, but the cautions of these RC4s, it really cools them down. It gets kind of hung out there towards the end. But
it's a hard tire here at Bedford, right?
Yep, it's a hard tire.
How about thanking some of your crew and some of your sponsors real quick?
Oh, we got Jay and JJ and Mom and Dad, and my dad, he's in Birmingham driving truck. He's not here. I wish he was. And we picked up a couple new sponsors there, Scala's Custom Detail. They treat me real good. And S&F used cars, Red Carpet Inn, and Sack Motors, interchange parts. That's about it.
That's what it takes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I thank them.
Let's hear it again for John Hauser Jr., ladies and gentlemen.
After about